And with that, we will begin again for our third and penultimate, possibly. Might throw in another player, who knows. Session 0 for Season 2 of the Workings of Artifice campaign. Today, we have a good old John Ceremony, or Cremony, as he will likely be called.
Grammy to
And,
my friends.
and you will recognize this wonderful player as Elric from last time. And could you go ahead and
Hello, hi YouTube.
introduce your character? Not so much backstory stuff. We're going to be going over that, but just like general vibe, sort of. Who is he? Who is John Ceremony?
John Cremony stands at a staggering 6'3". He is 50 years of age. His hair is nice and white. His skin is very pale, almost a pale. His eyes are gray, kind of bouncing with unnatural light. He wears fairly simple priestly robes, long black, and very fine. They're high quality. He also wears a wide-brimmed hat to keep the sun from his delicate skin. And he brandishes a smile all time.
The way you said white immediately concerned me
White.
at such a deep and fearful level. The internet is not a kind place. You can't be saying white like that. You're gonna get me canceled. But, yes, we will pick up sort of.
He's also a man. I forgot to mention that.
Oh my god. We're canceled already.
Changeling, I forgot to mention that too.
Season 2 is over, gang. We've been canceled.
Can be a woman as well if you want me to.
Nope, that's not better. That's worse. That's worse.
Season 2's over before we even start.
Oh my god.
Edit that part out.
We don't edit anything out. It is the audio file converted by a free plugin from Google and then slapped straight onto YouTube. There's not even a video that goes with it. It's the most low effort podcast possible. But we open with you, fiddle in hand, your brother at the door, playing. You are young-ish at this point, roughly I think around 15, 16, and people are buying you drinks that I'll ask, but you don't think you should be accepting, as second by second people stop paying attention to their conversations, they stop paying attention to their drinks, their partners, the people they've brought, their friends, their card games, their trades, and start paying attention to you. All eyes right now in this moment are on you. You are playing to your heart's content. Can I go ahead and get a performance check with advantage, please?
Awesome. 14. Okay, so we're going to stick with the 14.
14 with plus modifiers? No, okay.
14 without modifier. Then 22 with modifier.
Right. Great. Yeah, I forgot you were a bard. It is gorgeous. And after a little while, you feel a on the back of the tent, like a flapping, almost, to use a word that isn't real. And you hear your brother's voice just, "Come on, we gotta get there. Come on now. We got time to kill, but not that much time. We should be headed back soon."
Which brother is this?
The one that comes with you when you go in and out of the city. I'm blanking on the name at the moment, but
AC is the one he was closer with.
We will say, in lieu of spoilers, the one that survives.
Got it. this whole moment, these fine folks deserve a floor, and I will attempt to give the biggest finale to this as possible. Like, I'm gonna use thaumaturgy to like
Yeah.
and make a gust of wind open the flap of the tent as I like do my final fiddle.
Yeah, you pull the string off. Sorry. You pull the bow off of those strings as you cast a small working of magic. Some eyes that were not on you turn to you as you do this. But it is wonderful. Everybody clinks their glasses. You are ushered out, patted on the shoulder. The owner comes in and goes, hold on there. Now, you two boys, get off home. You got a mama you need to feed. But, I know things are a little harder now since the fall, and, well, I don't want to be giving away valuables here, but, here, take this, and, have one of these as well. And he hands you a small unmarked bottle and a bag with some kind of cured meat in it. It seems like a jerky or some kind of meat preserves. These are things that they sell here, and they're giving it to you in lieu of proper payment for your performance.
Okay. Awesome. I thank you for your generosity.
Of course,
May the
boy,
Lord
of course.
smile on you for your actions on this day.
Yes, and may the mother bless you as well.
I'll do a little, like, simple blessing. The mother blesses you and your business and your family and your father's family as well.
And may she smile on you as well. Now, I think I told you to get. Your mama she's gonna tear me a new one for keeping you here too late. Head on out now.
Of course, mister. Me and my brother were just leaving. Ain't that right, Edward?
Yeah, we were. God damn it, John. Mom's gonna be furious. We ain't got enough time for this. Just try to catch up, won't you? And he runs.
God damn.
He's always been much, much faster than you. But you know the way home. As in about, I'd say a minute flat, you have lost him completely and are trudging through the old dusty sands.
He know I don't get to do no magic at home. Can't even let me have fun for an hour. Cremony mutters as he, like, trudges through the sand, kind of like kicking a rock.
Mm-hmm.
Very pouty.
As you reach about halfway, you see there's a man better dressed than you have ever seen a man before. He looks a little worse for wear, like he's just got into a bit of a scuffle. You know those telltale marks on someone's knuckles. That means they've punched something that did not give, like bone or wood. You know the marks on clothing that he is licking his finger and brushing off. That means he likely won, but at a minor cost to his appearance. And you also see that there's a bit of a yellow light beneath his glasses, big and round, tinted, as he turns to you, tips his wide-brimmed bowler hat, and picks up a small case that you're not entirely sure if he had before.
I tipped my wide-brimmed hat in return to his wide-brimmed hat. And I walk a little closer and those are some mighty fine clothes you got there, mister. Looks like they got dressed up in a scuffle. I'd hate to see the other guy.
Well, I think you would. There's lots of things going around these days, you know. People worse for wear, people, really.
People. Ain't that the thing?
Ain't that the truth?
Like, so the case he has, it's like a briefcase, correct?
No. As you get closer, you look to it, and it looks almost like a violin case, if not a little bit smaller. As he notices you looking and goes, "Well, got your eye on my violin here. Well, not quite a violin, but more of a fiddle player myself. I'd say, how about a friendly bow? I've got time on my hands, and it looks like you have well practiced and warmed up there, boy." As he
Well, I
as he opens the case, and a shining fiddle of solid gold
damn.
rests in that
Ain't
case.
that a thing you got there? But I want to back down from the challenge. I know the Lord has my back in all my endeavors, so
Of
I'm glad to
course.
entertain you.
Oh, oh, there won't be much of an entertainment. We'll be playing together, my good sir. And let's sweeten the pot. How about this? If you win, you get to keep this here fiddle of mine. Solid gold, worth quite a great deal in the right market. And,
I would never sell such a fine work of art. I would surely play it myself.
well, that sounds even better. And how about this? If I win, you keep entertaining me as you have so kindly offered. I'm an old sort and would much appreciate a story of a young player such as yourself.
Cremony kind of looks in the direction he knows the homestead is in.
Yeah?
Like, kind of looks at the position of the sun in the sky, and he's like, time is like, all right, then a challenge it will be. And he produces his fiddle, a little bit of flair.
Yeah. This will be a simple contested performance check. Um, just he draws his fiddle. He positions it like a violin. His hands are very delicate, very focused. Meanwhile, yours play with the spirit of a pub, essentially, as he begins playing a rather melancholy but beautiful tone on this fiddle. The metal that it is made out of allows for the sound to come out tinny and somewhat drawn and buckled, as long draws of a bow far larger than makes sense for a fiddle of this size. He's working and playing something symphonic almost.
Can I divine if there is any magic at work here?
Yeah, you have divine sense.
Divine was more of a just phrase that I use.
Then that would be an arcana check.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't.
Okay, divine sense is a cleric feature, I wanted to be sure.
15 plus 2, so 17.
17. Okay, 17's pretty good. Well, I just rolled a natural 9 with a plus 4. That is a 13.
Cremony wins again.
And it looks like you did, boy. As he takes...
Oh, wait, was that for my Arcana check or for performance? Because that
Oh,
was the thing
sorry, the Arcana check, the Arcana check. My apologies, I'm getting a little bit ahead of myself. On that 14 Arcana, because this is totally happening immediately after you told me that number. Don't worry about it. You see that while...
This is 17.
17, thank you. While the item itself isn't magical, and this well-dressed man is not casting any spells himself, there does seem to be something magical about the strings of his bow. And as he pulls across, another long high note ringing into the early evening, it seems as though it is just so that it makes it easier, like a prestidigitation to stick the strings of the bow to the strings of the fiddle.
Okay. Cremony is gonna. That is some mighty fine noise you're making, Magic Man. Let's see if I can measure up.
Magic
I
man.
will.
Oh, no, no. You're about to steal my most prized possession. You can't be calling me Magic Man. And when he finishes his
Oh,
playing, he puts it back down, rests it, puts his bow into a bag of holding. You see, he has to like push it down a few times. And he says, "My name is Copper. I've don't believe I've met you on any of my occasional visits around these parts, but I might know your father."
my my father. He is a. You know him. He's just a. I know that I've ever seen him leave the homestead.
Well, I assure you he has more than a few times. Play on, boy. I'd like to see what I'm dealing with.
I rolled earlier. It was a 17 plus 8, so 25.
Yeah, we will take that. And, ooh, that's an 18 plus 4 for a 22. So he played wonderfully. It was a beautiful symphonic sound, but you are simply a better fiddle player. His.
I'm the best fiddler this side of the Mississippi. I don't actually say that. That's me talking.
All right, no, what the fuck is a Mississippi?
What the fuck is a Mississippi?
That's a fucking Germany. Sorry, that's an inside joke. But you play. It is quick. It is lively. You are stringing a fiddle with the force of everyone who has cheered from you as you feel every eye on you, the clouds themselves part a little, as it seems that even the mother who you have worshipped is up there wanting to listen to you play as you strum a final string on your wonderful solo, and it is nothing that he can do but clap.
I thank you, Magic Man. You know, I am just a so humble, but fiddler nonetheless.
Of course, of course. Now I told you. You're about to take this from me. My name is Copper.
Harbor. That's a fine name for a fine fiddler.
Well, I think you make a much finer fiddler than me, boy. Enjoy this. And remember, if you ever want to come on back, have a little rematch. I got more fiddles for you to take.
I would much enjoy that, Mr. Harbor.
Of course. And if you ever find yourself in the big city, I know a few orchestras who could use a player as good as you. And with that, he bows slightly, presenting you the fiddle case. As you notice, the sun has moved quite a great deal further, and you need to hurry on home.
I will take the fiddle gently within my grasp and play like a quick, just like test of the strums and then fling it over my back. And I will
Mm-hmm.
give him my old fiddle in return.
Yeah.
Something to remember me by. Maybe worth millions one day. Who knows?
I think it'll be worth more than millions. You've got a bright future ahead of you. A wonder in the world of of coin. A wonder in the world of coin.
I'll see you sometime. Maybe at the in the big city when I eventually make it there.
As you say this, you turn around to see him, and there is nothing but dust blowing in the wind.
Well now. Nothing. Can I make like Hmm. I have any spells for this? Survey says no. Cremony will. Obviously, he knows of magic. He's kind of uneasy because my mother, always told me that magic was the work of the devil. Never seen magic that strong. So, it makes him a little bit, uneasy. But, she kind of just shrugs his shoulders and is like, well, I got this kind of fucking rad violin out of it. So he's happy. He's like skipping home.
Going from, well, my mama told me magic's from the devil to this fucking rad violin is.
It's a rad violin. Listen.
It's a rad violin.
If Mama says it's true, and that was the devil, I just beat him at fiddling, so I feel pretty good about myself.
Mm-hmm. As you head home, the first thing you see is both of your brothers stood at the doorway, their skulls caved in. There is a eerie, blank look on the brother that had joined you. He stands hiding behind the tree where your father has been slumped up against in a much worse state. You can see two men, one of whom has your mother by the collar of her shirt, and the other who's standing behind him, a lead pipe in his hands.
Cremony is just like, it's almost like his body's reacting on its own, and he's going to cast Guiding Bolt on the one that has his mother.
Yeah, roll to hit.
That's wow, I'm rolling high. That's a 26.
Jesus Christ. Yeah, that hits.
And I'm actually going to upcast it to a third, or not.
Whoa.
Yeah, upcast it to third level. Why not? That's 66. And crunchy crits. So that's another.
It was a normal dude.
That's another 6.
You know,
so that is 31 points of damage, radiant damage.
You know, people have 5 hit points, right? Just to make sure you're aware, people have 5 hit points.
Listen, I will not let you harm my blood.
As your body moves on its own, there is a gasp, a yell of no, stop, but the sound does not come as you hold your hand up, and like a bolt of lightning, something flings from it, as in both men there is a sizable chunk that is just simply burned out of them as they collapse, your mother hitting the back of her head on something sharp and hard as she goes down, still gasping for air as she pushes back, trying to get away from them.
Cremony's gonna rush over to his mom. Hey now, Mama, I'm here, don't worry. And I'm gonna cast...
Keep your hands off me. I'm gone. That ain't right. You don't be doing that stuff now. I told you that stuff is not of this world. That's what caused that city to fall, and that will not be what causes my family to fall. I will die as the mother intended.
Mama, I am trying to save you, and I will cast Cure Wounds.
Yeah, go ahead. This is going to be a strange request, but I'm going to need you to roll to hit.
Roll to hit. Alright.
As she is not quite capable of counterspelling, but she is doing everything she can.
Okay. And no pluses since I don't have a plus to hit with Cure Wounds.
Well, your plus to hit for your cleric spells is a +4, so we'll take that.
Okay, so 13 plus 1, 2, 3, 4. So 17 to
17 will
hit my
hit.
mother.
With a cure wounds.
Yeah.
She's coughing and worrying. You know that something internal has ruptured, something important has already been broken. There's no saving her, but you can make it better. As your hands glow with a faint light, and what was a knowing smile turns to a disappointed frown as she chokes on her last words and just get those damn hands away from me. Boy, you got the devil in you. You got something that ain't right. You're the, you're the devil if you walked. And I want to see what kind of devil you turn to. As her eyes glaze over and she falls back. Dead.
Cremony starts like he's making the motions of like crying, like his whole body seizes up. He's like shaking. But like it's almost like his body's not letting any tears.
Yeah.
So he's just kind of like trembling there.
You go, you try, you know that if you cast a healing spell on a person who's run out of hit points, that they'll come back up. So it's just it's the motions. It's you hold out your hands, you channel that energy, and nothing. You try again.
God, I know we are not on the best of terms, but I need you
Nothing.
to help me right now.
Go ahead and give me a religion check.
I had to roll bad sometime. 3 plus 4,
Nothing.
so 7.
You go outside, you try to heal, to help your family, your siblings, your father. Nothing, nothing, nothing. Your brother that remains is wide-eyed, standing behind a tree, watching the two men that you eviscerated. As when you walk up to him, he takes a half step back and just goes, now, 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 what was that? What was that, Cremony? You can't, you, Mom said you can't be doing that. Mom's gonna be real mad.
Brother, Mama's not here no more. She.
But you,
I,
this, they came looking for money. I was here just when they got here. Moments after they said that Pa owed them some money, and when he wasn't able to pay, they tried to grab our brothers, but he wasn't having that. He grabbed a knife and a pipe, and he went at them, but they were big. They were too strong, and no one was having any of what they were giving, but no one was able to stand up. Crap. And you would have, we would have been fine if you were here. It's, what do we do now?
we give him proper burials, then we leave this place for good. There's nothing for us here no more. This farm died long before
this is
Papa
home.
did.
Cremony, this is home. We can't just leave home. We're boys, not men. We can't just be
Edward,
out.
they're gonna come back. They're gonna come looking for what happened to their friends. And when they do, we have to be long gone. We're dead too. Do you understand?
What? No, we're here. Cremony, I don't. What? I think let's take. I'll follow your lead. Just what do we do now?
go out back and grab the shovel. I'll clean them up.
As he leaves to go get the shovel, you hear something sick, like a popping and squelching sound, like someone moving through thick mud, as the two men that you had burned a hole through stand back up.
Cremony takes like a few steps back and readies another spell. What the hell are you?
Well, that's an important question, isn't it? Tough, do you know what the hell we are? Not right, not quite, Toil. It's on the tip of my tongue. I can't quite remember. Well. We'll remember what the hell we are. Maybe we just need a little bit more blood.
As they begin walking slowly towards you, cracking their knuckles and rolling their shoulders.
Oof. I was gonna cast Toll the Dead, but I don't think Necromancy is gonna work on these guys, so.
Well, that's entirely dependent on what you think they are.
Guiding Bolt!
Guiding bolt. I hear you say so, I say so.
Thank God, Wilson! That's not gonna work, that's a nat 1.
Oh.
7, that's an 8.
You take another bolt of light. It is burning in your hand. Something is going horribly wrong. Go ahead, take fuck crunchy crit. Oh my god. Take 5 points of damage as this bit of light is literally burning your hands. You throw it at them, and the one that calls itself tough just catches it in his hands and snuffs it out completely.
Well,
why are you failing me now?
that wasn't quite as good as the last one. Come on now. You can do better than that.
As they reach you, they grab your hand and put it under their chin. And he goes,
"Come on then. I know you can do better."
I'm gonna cast Vicious Mockery. Your breath smells like piss and your face looks like shit. Roll me a wisdom saving throw for the guy who's holding my hand to his chin.
Well, that's a 19 on the die.
Oof, yeah.
For an 18.
Great. And it's not even half damage, so it just doesn't do anything.
He just goes,
Well, sure about that. He was busy eating all the rotten food you had in your kitchen. What much for a good meal, was it?
as he squeezes your wrist, you'll hear something pop as your hand dislocates from your arm, and he throws you to the ground as he goes,
"Come on now, Toil. Not near but dead ferns and ugly rats. Yeah, I think there's not much here but a couple of squealing dogs. Best be on our way."
And they leave.
Are they just walking away?
Yeah, just walking.
Toll the Dead. Roll me a wisdom saving throw for the one who broke my hand.
17.
Yeah. The target must succeed, blah, 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 blah. And it does not do half damage on succeed.
You strum that golden fiddle that Copper gave you. You know, with a bit of magic and a bit of sound, you can punch into someone with the force of their life coming to an end. It just doesn't seem to do anything once it reaches them.
You ain't just leaving. I'ma find you, kill you, help you.
Your
When I
brother
find you,
your brother grabs you by the shoulders and is pulling you back. We gotta bury him. It's no sense. It's no sense. They got back up
those
after
who
what
killed
you
our
did.
parents or
They
brother.
got back up. You hear me? They got back up. This ain't no game. This ain't no fun. No time for magic. Like you said, there ain't nothing left for us here. Now let's bury Mom and Pa together. It's how they would have wanted it to be.
Fine, fine. And he like shrugs off Edward and then walks over to kind of like clean them up as he can to kind of make them like, more presentable like you would for a
Yeah.
funeral.
Yeah, I'd say you wouldn't need the prestidigitation spell for this. You can just sort of like run your hands over them, clear them off, brush their hair a bit. And with that, we will move several years in the future. You and your brother had a small life together, a meaningful but short-lived stint as good and honest men. And we'll pick back up on a meeting you had somewhere. It's deep, shaded wood, a small collection of people who weren't let into town sitting outside. They've made a small camp for themselves, but there's nothing really going on. Everyone seems a little bit too somber as you sit around the fire with a few goblins, a couple tieflings, one or two dragonborns. There's an Aarakocra, a few bugbears. It seems like you are the only one here who is presentably human.
So, have I like just arrived to the town?
Not so much just arrived as in you'd need to sort of pass through this to get into town from the way you were going. And you notice that they've set up quite a little camp for themselves, and they're passing around some food. It looks a little worse, but you were always told to try something once, and well, after that fight you've had with your brother, it's been a long day. You need something.
So, do they have like a communal do or something that they're passing around kind of deal, or is it like something different?
More along the lines of their sort of. There's one or two guys standing around the fire, and people will come up with bowls and stuff. So it's less like a communal stew and more like a no, yes, that's. I was trying to think of the other term, but I was like, no, that's just what a communal stew is. Sorry, I got my words mixed up. All these voices in my head.
I'm gonna walk up to the communal stew and I'm gonna. Do you mind if I take a look at the stew real
Take
quick?
a look at the stew.
I just wanna.
Sir, I don't know who the hell you are.
I'm John Cremony. Cremmy to my friends, but I haven't made any friends here yet.
Well, then I don't think this stew's much for you. We're a friendly group. They didn't let us in a town, so we had to set up elsewhere. You look like you'd be fine in town, and I think you can get your food there.
My My mother taught me to be kind even when kindness is not received. Now, I would like to take a look at your stew, maybe help you all out a bit. Cast some magic.
Magic? You a cleric? Ain't no one here can cast a single spell. Well, Jacob
Now
over
there
there's
is.
got a cantrip or two, but nothing good enough to make this taste any good.
Listen, just let me look at it. You don't even have to give me any. I just wanna help. All right.
All right then. Where you hail from, John? My
I
name's
hail
John
from,
myself. Where's
Hold on. Okay. I know I'm from. Is there like what's the name of the town from? Or, like the town closest to the homestead.
Yeah. Closest town wouldn't have been big enough to be on a map. The way the way the country really works is more along the lines of there are all these scattered towns everywhere, and as a collection they have a name, but individually there's nothing really there. It's just called Gorge City.
Cool. Well, I'm from a small homestead down in a gorge city. Nothing,
And there's
kind of boring place.
a lot in Gorge City.
Seen it a few times.
Here, if you're willing to help us, there ain't no reason you can't have some.
And he reaches into a rug sack, pulls out a small wooden bowl, and goes,
My name's Johnny. Pleasure to make your acquaintance.
Pleasure. Well, you already know me as Cremony. And I am going to cast Purify Food and Drink on, like, all the food. Well, it's a 5-foot radius. So
Yeah.
soup and whatever else is in that zone.
yeah, so like the food and what's about to go in it.
Yeah.
And he looks as this happens, and he goes, "My God, you are a fucking okay. Hey, here, lower, come here." And he sort of wraps his arm around your shoulder, and he goes, "Now, now it's been a while since I've seen anybody with that kind of magic. They'll just throw it around. I got a friend, Dexter. He's quick-witted, but not great at talking. I think the three of us could make something here. Do you understand what I'm implying? The implications of it all. Do you think you could do that again?"
I am sure I could do that again.
Well, then, John, I think me and you are going to be good friends, aren't we?
Then call me Cremmy.
Cremmy, then. All right. Just, anything else you can do? I'm, more of a solve problems, my hands kind of type. I was a tinkerer, a forger before.
I understand.
Before all that got forgotten, but here we are.
I'm going to precipitation him. Make him, like, clean.
Mm-hmm. You're blessing people already. Make good sort, won't you?
I am our Lord teaches to kind to thy friends, and you are
Our
now
Lord.
my friend.
You got a tongue on you, don't you? Our
My
Lord.
mama certainly said so.
Our Lord, talking about just like someone's listening. There are gods over there, but too busy in their own works.
Sometimes you just got to be loud enough for them to hear you.
You know, I think I can get us a stage we can be a little louder. Do you think you could
I would certainly.
you could make use of that?
I'll produce my I'm assuming I still have the very fancy fiddle
Oh,
on my
absolutely.
person. I will produce my very fancy fiddle. Named her Louise. Just now in my head. This is Louise. And me and her, we make magic together.
Oh, you and Luis make magic. Not the kind of
We
magic I need to
certainly do.
close the door for, is it?
Only for high-paying customers.
Now it looks like two of us got a lot of money on our hands from said high-paying customers. Now, let's see what you and Luis can do.
And we will move from there on to about, I'd say 2 or 3 weeks later. You, um, Johnny, Dexter, you've all come into a new town, a town that's a little less harsh on those who don't meet a certain visual standard. And Johnny does what he's always done. Dexter has scouted out a high traffic area. He's pretty good at slipping in and out of places unnoticed, so he'll get there a few days ahead. This is your grift. This is your thing.
Yeah.
This is what you guys
My
do.
first big operation.
Yeah.
Well, big, but you know.
Big relatively. It'll get bigger,
Yeah,
don't
relative to
worry.
what he was pulling before.
Yeah. So you move up onto the city center, stood in the middle of the town, just openly ready to speak your work, to make your magic. And Johnny pulls up a box, smacks the front of it, and he just starts sitting around. Dexter's watching people carefully, making sure no one's trying anything.
I will cast Aumaturgy on my voice to make it booming
Nice.
for 1 minute, and I will step up on a nearby crate and go, ladies, gentlemen, and folks who don't identify as neither. Ears for I am the voice. God, he speaks through me and my lady Louise. And I would like to put on a show for you fine folks if you would lend me an ear and an eye for a little while.
See a few people stop and look.
A small crowd's better than none, and I'm sure I will draw more when they hear me and Louise's sweet song. And I am now gonna start playing and roll for perform,
Yeah.
which is a 9, so technically a 10, so 18.
Oh my god. Oh, it's happening already. It's happening already.
I hate DMing for eloquence bars, but damn, I love being an eloquence bar.
You are playing beautifully as second by second the crowd arrives. Johnny is handing out flyers for future shows. And you see a girl whose face is as pale as yours, if not a little paler. And she looks around. She's looking at Dexter, who's never been the best looking. He's an older goblin, and he's got a kind of sour expression. So she's looking at him. She's looking at how many people are noticing him and turning away. And you see she walks in front of him and just like scribbles something down on a piece of paper, holds it up in the air, and just goes, welcome everybody. Here it is, playing from God's music herself, the one, the only on high. And we are here to deliver her message through music and community. Come around, put your coin, put your tithe in the box, and come play with us, enjoy, sit and drink and be merry as she would intend. And
Yeah.
Johnny gives you a look immediately like, who the fuck is this?
Cremony is going to shrug, but give him like a wide grin, and he's like, "That is right, ladies and gentlemen. Come one, come all. I am spreading God's message through me and Luis, and now I do have a special message for you all. Tell me, have you felt society? Have you been overlooked all your life? Are you what society would consider freaks, fools, ghosts? Well, now I tell you, I have a home for you. I read her music, and her music says to me, welcome them all into my fold."
You see a few humans look up, a few more halflings, a few more half-elves, and a lot of strange people, a lot of exotic races who maybe have felt that bit of ostracization. A lot of the people from those camps, the "you aren't allowed in town," or the "well, we don't want someone potentially dangerous." God, a dragonborn, they can set fire to my place. I don't want you staying the night. A tiefling, you're from the devil. That sort of thing. All of those people, the Goliaths, the half ogres, the witch kin, the changelings,
Like,
they come to you.
I tell you right now, brothers and sisters, I tell you that when that great city fell, it was not a punishment by God, but a test. When the darkest times come, it is a challenge for us to bring the love and light back into the world. What does the darkness of the world bring but make our music, our love shine brighter in these times? Now join me in song and dance, and I will playing as well as I can on Luis.
Luis is a gorgeous instrument, and you play until nightfall. Until the city is quiet and there is nothing there but you and this random girl who has just joined. Dexter and Johnny have taken the sizable crowd, wrung them for all their worth, and taken a few of the less fortunate, a few of the stranger, a few of the more outcasts, those who even in a crowd stand out as alone, back to a slowly growing nearby camp that you guys have. As right now it is just you and the girl, who is going to roll a persuasion check to come up right next to you and be like, "Well, that one was good, wasn't it? Now, I'm sorry, I joined you a few days ago. I just can't remember your name there. Where, what's the plan? What's next there, boss?" And that's
roll insight?
That's a 7 on the die for
Okay.
a 7 on the die for a 12.
Okay. I rolled 14 plus 7.
Okay, yeah.
Insight.
You see right through, but you also see that, like, she's not trying to pull some shit here. She just saw you and was like, "No, that's it. That's what I want to do. So I'm gonna go and do it."
Well, now, I don't think I have the pleasure of knowing you, but that does not mean we are not friends. I am Cremony, and he holds out his hand to her.
She looks up at you.
You almost got me.
Thanks there, Cremmy. It's a pleasure to meet you. My family's, they've, well, you know how changelings are. Sometimes you just leave a child in a bed somewhere, and you know, not always parents are so loving to take care of a new youngin' like myself. And
I know what
she
you
holds out her hand and quickly changes her face back to a stark pale, white hair, dark eyes, quite similar to you.
I never met another changeling. It's an honor and a pleasure, and I assure you I know what you mean. And I will shift into like most stereotypical old white guy I can possibly muster in my imagination. Just be,
Mm-hmm.
I don't want you folk around here. You're troublemakers. And then I'll shift back and be like, trust me, I know what you mean, my friend.
I think you do. I think you do. And she smiles. This girl is no older than 16, and by this point you're in your late 30s. She's just kind of established herself in your group almost immediately as you
Well,
head back, and it's a few more years from that point. It's a little while longer even still. And by this point, you are well established. People know Cremmy is coming. People know the Dead Pines. Calling it a gang would be, it would be untoward. But
yeah, the Dead Pines Troop
the
is
dead
what we will be calling
the
it.
Dead Pines Troop, or the Dead Pines Church, if you will.
Yeah.
Occasionally people call you the Dead Pines Church. And you've come across a few other people. A young, fast-talking man like yourself who has designated himself Jack Withers to you. He has a separate organization, quite similar. However,
Notice that man
he's...
in my added enemies list.
Yes.
My character sheet.
I did throw that on your character sheet. You've actually used the allies and enemies section, so I figured I should as well.
Yeah.
It's so rarely utilized. I wanted to
I know.
put that foot forward if you're going to.
So is he's not part of my...
No.
He's got his own
He's
thing.
he's got his own thing. You guys met when he followed you guys back. One night it was, late. You had done your thing, and he had came to talk to you specifically, and he had walked up and been like, "Well, hello there, friend. You're a Cremmy, that's what they call you, I think. And I don't mean to be rude entirely, but you're full of shit, aren't you?"
Now, that's not what a friend would say, so stick to calling me John Cremony. Number 2. I didn't number 1, but you can just assume I did with your keen intelligence. Number 2, specify how I am full of shit.
Hey, look at all this around you. I've got something quite like this myself. It's simple, it's good. It's a good life, ain't it, John? And he
It's
lifts
a good
a
life for
drink.
me and my friends.
Oh, sure, and your friends and all your friends. And you ever needed to leave one of them behind? You ever close your eyes and the head count ain't right, and you just move on to the next town and move on to the next town, and well, you leave 10 in one town and 5 in another, but you still got around 50, so no worries there. No worries. I know what this life does to someone. I live it myself. You can call me Jack Withers. And I, like you, am full of shit. That's how I know you are full of shit, my friend. And I would like to
Now,
offer you a drink. For a fellow man of the
seem to be of
business.
more hollow kind of shit than I would not leave a member of my kin behind, but I will indulge you.
Yes. And feel free to make an insight check on this as he hands you a shot of something clearly homemade. It is clear and see-through and smells like alcohol itself. As he just
14
lifts...
plus 7, 21.
Nice. As he lifts his hand up and goes, "To the mother and her graces."
Do I sense anything funny about this drink?
The drink itself, other than it being absurdly strong, not really. About this guy, Jax, as he calls himself, he, as he says, to the mother and her graces, you see that he is not looking up at the sky as you should in prayer, but he's looking at you, a sort of knowing look on his face of like, we both preach the same thing, and neither of us believe it.
Now, I'm not gonna drink the shot. I'm just gonna set it and like slide it back to him. Now,
He shrugs and takes the
myself,
second one.
myself would rather make a friend than an enemy, but Jax, you don't strike me as a friend, and I do hate to say it, but I don't think we're nearly as similar as you think we are.
Well, I think we're more similar than you give me credit for. I've got enemies like you. I've got people I've lost like you. Well,
Everybody lost people, everybody has enemies. That doesn't make us friends.
as you've noticed, you're the only one focusing on friends here. I haven't asked you to be my friends. I walked into your tent and told you you were full of shit right to your face. I think I made my intentions perfectly clear.
Well, I like friends, and I tend to see the brighter side of folk I meet, but it's you are determined to keep that side out of the light, which I can respect. It's a hard world out here. All of us have to
really is.
keep our defenses up.
Yes, yes. I came to ask you a very simple request. It seems the last few towns that you've been in, now I don't know if you've noticed, but there's a little less coming back with you every time. Isn't there? Every so often.
Maybe we've had a
few bad days,
few
right?
less. But I value the people who have come to join our
Do you know why? Why they ain't coming back to you?
let's say I don't. Why don't you enlighten me?
Oh, I would be delighted to. It's because they're coming with me. And I've noticed a few times through my ways around that there are a few less coming back with me each time. And, well,
They're coming to me.
I'd
is what
hazard
you're
a
saying.
guess. That's quite accurate. So,
So then,
I think
what do
you
propose
understand
we do
what
about
I'm...
this conundrum?
Oh, well, way I see it, there are two options. We make things difficult for us. We take our men, we pit them against each other, and knowing what I know about you, and you hopefully having learned at least a little bit from this conversation, there would be only two remaining, and then only one, and that is not something either of us are interested in.
I
Or,
agree with the sentiment.
I figured you would. Or, rather simply, you stay out of my way, I stay out of yours. You got that little elf girl running along with you. What's her name? Can't quite get it off the top of my head. I sent mine in here a few weeks ago. A goblin fellow, similar age, similar height. You would have noticed him, no doubt. Now, what was her name? Penny, that's wonderful. And in the spirit of transparency, my goblin friend's name is Corville. His parents thought it was really funny. Unfortunately, his landlords did not. And so he has come to me in the same vein that I assume many have come to you. And we're both trying to do good here, and there's no reason to be cross with one another. As you said, I would rather make a friend than an enemy. So, let's make this simple. If we both come into a town, and Corville meets with Penny, we'll call that one my town. You guys will move right along to the next one. But if Corville gets to a town and Penny comes up to him and taps him on his little goblin shoulders and goes, "Well, friend, I think this one's ours." And if that is the case, then I will happily throw up my hands and leave all of the profits, all of that coin. Oh, because the coin is good, isn't it?
The coin is something, but it ain't everything.
Oh, please, let's not pretend to be good men. It's a waste of both of our times.
I won't pretend to be good, but I won't pretend to be bad neither. I find myself in a very comfortable gray.
Well, when you figure out which side of that gray you're going to fall on when death comes knocking, give me a call. I kind of have Death's number. Or, well, lots of it. So, we will be on our way. If that is an amicable trade to you, I will leave the rest of this moonshine here with you. And he slaps a mason jar of what he poured those 2 shots of right on your counter and goes, "Well, it's all made by my paw. There's about 8 of those left in the world. Cherish that.
Well,
tastes good."
I appreciate your parody, my friend, and I will stick to these accords, the little game of cat and mouse between your goblin and my changeling friend, and
Let's call it what it
stick
is.
to these terms.
A game of cat and mouse between dishonest men. And he holds out his hand for a handshake.
Dishonest man, and I will take his hand.
With that, your first meeting with a long rival of yours. You have on occasion agreed to break this treaty, and even on some instances performed together on the same stage. He has a voice like the setting sun. You playing your golden fiddle, and him singing with the honey-sweet sounds of a good day's work. Both of you have known incredible profits since you have made the agreement not only to never work together at all ever, and also to occasionally work together because it's fun.
Yeah, like, I feel like the relationship we have is kind of like, we hate each other, but it's kind of fun when we it's not like a want to kill you kind of, well, maybe a little bit of that, but it's also like, like,
Yeah, it can...
2 sides, same coin.
It can get there. Right? It can get a little bit. You've been quite cross with him a few times. He's, poached a few members
on stage and shit.
Yeah, he's poached a few members directly from your campfires. In retaliation, you've painted stars all over his campsite to make it look like he worships a different god, and it's small stuff like that. It's never gone into true violence. And until no. Don't call my bluff that quickly. Come on. Until God damn it. And not until. And a few years later, you find yourself at a familiar market. It is one you have performed at time and time again. They know you here. Someone waves you down, hands you a box of handmade pastries and sweets. Someone calls you over, gives you a a lavish belt buckle that they crafted by hand. Someone hands
That
you for free a collection of signs for your group, the Dead Pines Church, as just day by day, stall by stall, you are walking through and, in a sense, enjoying the fruits of your labor.
fantastic. I do love accolades for my skill and talent. You know, it's weird. The more I play of this session, the more good Cremony's doing that I didn't think he would be. I imagined him as kind of more evil.
Well,
Now that I'm playing him,
you're not playing him very evil.
I know. Now I think Cremony's kind of changed. You know, of course he relishes in the accolades he receives and the gold he receives, but he also finds a genuine sense of community within his herd that he's made.
Yeah, of course. As you see someone familiar. A man in a very well-dressed suit. And a top hat. And some very round, shaded glasses with a bit of yellow light glowing from behind them. Who looks not a day older than when you last saw him.
Well, I'm going to approach this man. Is he like walking towards me?
No, he's out and about. He's wandering.
I'm gonna approach him and tap him on the shoulder. Carver, did I remember?
Copper, with a P. Well, if I don't say so myself, you've made quite the name for yourself here. Haven't you, John?
Hold on. My whole Discord just exploded.
Oh? Like with messages?
No, I don't know. I just like glitched out.
Oh, I can.
Anyways.
I can still hear you fine.
Okay. Well, did you hear me say Carver? Did I remember that right after tapping him on the shoulder?
We'll go from there. Yeah, and yes, I did. It says
Yeah,
Copper.
then just everything went silent.
Oh.
So I like leave and rejoin.
Oh, fair enough. Copper, my dear friend, like the mineral, the metal itself in the earth. It's been a long while. I see you've made quite a name for yourself, haven't you, John?
Me and Louise certainly have, and I will produce the fiddle he gave me many years ago. I named her, by the way.
Hey, Louise, ain't that a wonderful name for something so beautiful? I'm glad it seems you have made quite a use for her.
And what about your musical pursuits? Any
Well,
any towns I might have heard of?
I lost the touch a long time ago. I was in a small fire, and my hands never quite played the same since. I got into business, burgeoning empire, a lot of money to be made in the railroad.
The railroad. I've never traveled on a rail car.
Oh, well,
Seems
it's wonderful. I'd love to give you a ticket.
Well, you'd have to buy quite a few tickets because I don't know if you heard tell of the Dead Pines Church. That's me. That's my group.
Oh, well, I think I have. That is impressive. Now, I was looking around here for some people to talk to. I've spoken to a young boy going by Scarab and a rather odd-looking automaton over there. And, well, they all seem to be headed towards a common destination. And I would much appreciate it if you would would come along with them. Now, I
Well,
can't
now
provide travel for your group, but I think the young woman who came round here a few days ago wearing your face could do a mighty good job of it herself.
she has learned quite a few of my mannerisms, but I don't take lightly to leaving my friends behind me. There would need to be certain options taken to make sure my group is cared for in my absence.
And what sort of options do you think you have the right to be swinging around, boy?
I think I have many of that. I think, number one, if I am to accompany you in this on this task,
Oh, I
I
would not be
would
going
like
on this train.
then your troop in your employ on this task. I would like to have a constant and open line of communication to my gang. That is my stipulation, as
Yeah.
it were.
That's a stipulation we can abide by. We have some Daedalin transportation devices that should be more than capable of facilitating that need. Anything else?
And well, first I would
Proper payment
enjoy
will
if
be
you-
given.
yes, I would enjoy if you regaled me with more details of what this job may entail.
Well, how about this? You keep fellow members of your cabin, the train itself, safe and moving along doing what it does. You take this working tour around these cities, and I can make sure that your friends meet you at every single one of them.
I think I could abide by that.
That sounds wonderful.
How long would this cord between us be lasting?
Oh, only a few months. Maybe no more
Months
than
I
a
could
few
manage.
weeks.
Well, always dependent on the circumstance, correct?
Of course, of course. In our line of work, things can go wrong in a moment's time.
I know that all too well. Well, does seem a fine offer. I would, before I agree to anything, I would like to know more about the people I will be working with. See, I don't work with just anybody.
Well, that's unfortunate because I don't know much about the people you're working with. Seems as though they've been given tickets by other means. I want someone I can trust on there, someone I know well, someone I've been keeping an eye on.
Keeping an eye on me then.
Of course, of course. You and my fiddle there made a good name for yourself. It would be a shame of me not to know what you've been up to. You have been up to quite a great deal.
Suppose I cannot fault a man for keeping an eye on someone he granted such a fine gift to.
Yes, yes. Such a fine gift indeed.
Well then, I suppose. What is the reward at the end of this great journey? Gold, flame. What do we talk?
The train itself, my dear boy. The train itself.
The train.
The train.
I would.
2 carts full of riches and gold, a casino and bar to call your very own, a stage that you can play at every night to your heart's content, and 10, no less, count them, 10 cities on a rotating track for you and your church.
Well, now that does sound tempting indeed, my friend. I think I may could take you up on it.
Yes. Just one slight, one slight hitch in the plan.
There always is.
There's a man who paid quite a great deal for what I've just offered you already.
Would this man be a acquaintance of mine, Jack?
Well, I didn't know you knew Withers.
Oh, I know him really well. We've been rivals for, I think, going on a decade now.
That sounds delightful. Honestly, nothing like a good sense of competition to make sure your skills are always sharp. That's what I say.
He sneaks a few of my prospects out of town, and I trip him on stage, that kind of thing.
Sounds like a special kind of relationship. So yes,
Just two dishonest men.
two dishonest men. Well, I hope you won't mind a third. And as long as you can make your peace and he won't be in the same cabin as you, don't worry. Well, unless he wants to be. But, he has bought this roundabout, and he has handed out several tickets of his own, of which I would like somebody, again, I can trust. Someone who isn't reporting back to him. Someone who can tell me what he's up to.
I would take no greater pleasure than to keep an eye on my enemy for a man of your standing.
Of course. And he pulls a golden foiled ticket, shining, out of his pocket, gestures it out to you, and goes, "Now, is my associate at the tracks. He's expecting you. His name is Jonathan. And, well, all you need to do is give him this ticket, and you will be right on that train yourself."
One last thing before we seal this deal.
Of course.
Like any man I do business with, I like to kiss hand and him in the eye.
Well, I can't exactly unwrap my hand, the burns, but, of course.
I understand.
And he takes off his glasses. And can you go ahead and give me a wisdom saving throw?
I knew there was something up. 8 plus 14. Oof.
You look into his golden yellow eyes, shining like the most glimmering coins you have ever seen. And he offers you his hand.
Huh.
Well,
Can I,
you said you wanted to look me in the eyes. I know, they're
and your eyes... I'm not one to judge for unusual eyes.
I think you
but
won't want to judge anyone at all for their appearance. Isn't that your, mantra?
My mantra is many things, but yes. Can I, detect any magic on his hand? Anything that would,
Not the kind of magic that you can detect, no.
Very reassuring. I wouldn't want a burned hand, so look in the eyes will do.
Of course. And he bows slightly to you. Puts his glasses back on.
So, where is this station I'm heading to?
Oh, just about where you used to perform.
Alright. Well, let me say goodbye to my people, and then I will be on my way post-haste.
You wouldn't need to head now. I will deliver a message.
Well, alright. As long as my stay safe and I have a open line of communication, I suppose a in-person goodbye can wait.
Of course.
And I guess I will head for the trains.
Yeah. You head to the train station, there's a man up there preaching for the railroad, saying, come down, there is work and and, and coin to be made on the railroad, jobs for all, good food, good living, and good work daily. Work and we will pay at the end of that day. Come work and build the railroads. As you walk up to him, a man looking similar but quite different from Copper. He's a little taller, a little thinner. He doesn't have glasses or a hat on, and he's kind of balding a little bit.
Is it not Jackson Withers? Is it a different guy?
This is an entirely different guy.
Okay. Well, boy, now, mister, I would just love a spot on this train.
Well, that sounds just about wonderful. Would you need a ticket? We can subsidize a ticket for you with no cost, no worries. We will get you in our second passenger cabin, and it is no worries at all. Is there... Oh, I didn't recognize you there. You're the leader of the Dead Pines, aren't you? Well, we've got
Yes,
our
I am
spot
John
nice and
Cremony,
loaded.
Cremony to my friends.
Cremmy to a friend, ain't that just wonderful? Now, I will grab that ticket for you, please. Actually, hold on to that. We'll come around a little bit once you get situated, and we'll make sure everybody's got a ticket. So, there ain't nothing to worry about there, so just head on in, and we will be right with you, good sir. I hope we can make your acquaintance, and, as always, please enjoy the railroad.
I think I will. I hope. At some point in this journey, you will come to call me Cremmy. I will walk into the train.
As you step onto the train, you look to your left, seeing one person, a young boy, looking at you, headed seemingly towards the same place. You look to your right, someone a little too far for you to see, and a man made of steel in between the two of you as you step into cabin 6. And we will pick back up on the first episode of Workings of Artifice Season 2 Westward Expansion.
Yay!
Yay! And an end card.
Bye, YouTube.